All right. Good morning. I'm back. So, apologize for the last end of the last video where I had to explain what I'd done. It's one of those bummers with these recordings. Sometimes you have to pause due to family or different work activities, and then you come back, you start playing, you forget to unpause. So, I apologize for that. Um, the last turn, though, we did have some big incoming. Those were the big results of the C's. But actually, this unspotted is over here. But thanks to some claymores, we took care of some spotters and some mortars. So we do still have a spotter here who will probably lay down. Let's see, we got 6 friendly steps, 6 friendly steps. So it's going to be a random between those two. So maybe we can get, it's unspotted, but we could lay down some white phosphorus potentially. May not matter. Might be better off just letting them lay it down and then move and see what happens. In terms of the packages, so the center's still going to have a C, so B is what we're getting. So B still has a 20% chance of incoming instead of 40. But definitely has some more extensive base of fire and assault. And there's a 40% chance that incoming are a mortar. So we're still taking a beating in terms of potential units. All right. Let's get started. Do we have an HQ event? We do, actually. Wow. All right. Turns 2 through 6. What is the HQ event? 7. Ammo resupply. Well, that's kind of nice. 4 of any one type of ammo of your choice is available by calling in a helicopter. So that's MSR3. This event is drawn. Place a UH-1 helicopter with any 4 ammo of your choice in the pickup zone. If the CO activates the helicopter, it begins delivery. Moving through the helicopter control card requires activation codes. Yep. No colored smoke is required. It would pick up this casualty, so we're definitely going to take advantage of that. So that was a UH-1. Did it say a UH-1? It did. Yeah, a UH-1. So, oh, you know what? These helicopters didn't go back, did they? Ha. Never thought about that with the when I restarted. So we can bring a UH-1 into this zone. Any one type of ammo. Well, I seem to be running highest risk of mortar ammo. So far, machine gun, okay. So I think I'm going to have it bring 4, or I'm going to have it have 4 steps of any 4 ammo of your choice. I think I'm going to start there. All right. So, back to the sequence of play. Do they have an HQ event? They do not. So now we are placing a C and then Bs. So that's a C, and all around it are Bs. All right, well. Okay. Then check their activity. So we got one here. Let's see, we are no longer heavily engaged. We're just engaged. That unit got wiped out. Oops, what the heck? That's not a B. Enemy activity check. Activity and activity. Pretty sure these paralyzed aren't going to do very much. All right. So I got a paralyzed up there. 4 of them. All right, that makes sense. So number 3. So that's going to be down here. This is paralyzed. It's actually a pinned undercover, 1 through 4. 2. Pretty sure that's do nothing. Yep. No action and pinned undercover. One. That's another paralyzed, and he's pinned. So pinned undercover. 2. It's also no action. Number 1. So it's here. This is the spotter. So the spotter is going to randomly. He doesn't have his target. He can't see his target because he placed his target here. Then another mortar showed up, so it moved the target marker. So he's got 1, 2. That is a 1. So he's shifting his fire up to this guy. All right. See what the rules say. Mortars. Spotters each have 2 missions. They draw 3 cards for their second mission. So he doesn't get an additional draw for the spotter. He's got 1 ammo left. So 1, 2, 3. So he did not do anything this turn. And then the last one is down here. He is pinned undercover. 1 through 4. That's a 2. That's been the theme. Every single one of them. All right. On to us. Our CO is line and undercover. He gets 4. So he's already sitting at, he's got 8 now. Well, he's going to activate, excuse me, one of this 8 or 6 that he's allowed to do. Ooh, you know what? Max spend limited visibility. I can only spend 4. I've been doing that wrong. Or I've been thinking that wrong. I probably have been activating too many. I don't know how much I've done that, but I messed that up. My limited visibility, I can only spend 4. So, apologies. That was 1. My sinuses. I'm going to activate the second. 2. Where else did we have? Order fire team. The XO is pinned. So I cannot activate him. Oh, no, there you have to be on their command sides. Yeah, okay, so I can activate him. But, let's see. Yeah, he's pinned. That's what the difference is. I'm going to do the XO. Mortar is with the second, so I can actually get the mortar maybe moved over here. Except it's not going to work the way I want it to with the XO getting... Yeah, I'm going to activate the XO. Do I activate the second? Not going to activate the second. No reason to lose these. That guy's got a radio. Might get the first to go try to get him. Yeah, so I'm going to do the first. Probably going to waste commands here, but I don't think I don't think there's anything I can do, and I don't really want to move my CO out of that bunker right now. So who else might I do? I'm not doing the second. First sergeant's up here. I don't think I'm going to do the third. All right, so those are my 4. That was not easy. All right, so the first platoon. So activated 3 and activated that guy. First platoon gets 4. He is undercover and a veteran, so he gets 6. So he's got 12. All right. So I think, well, I'm going to tell this guy. Well, I'm going to try to spot him. So, spotting modifiers. I'm a veteran, +1. He's undercover, -1. Their line, I think we said. Coming back. Yeah, their line. So, so it's a 0, but that card is a 3 or better concealment coming from here. So, I think it's a -1. Yeah, it's just a -1. Ah, look at that. He is spotted. And when he gets spotted, these guys are going to open fire. So it's going to be automatic. And these guys are going to open fire, which makes it a crossfire. All right. So that's 1. Good spot, buddy. He's got a radio. Is he? No, the first sergeant is actually going to move over here. So that's 2. He's going to tell this guy to move into the bunker, and then he's going to move into the bunker. So in the end, after my 4, we're going to have this guy and the first sergeant. Or, sorry, the first platoon exposed and under this bunker. So we've now got 4 in that bunker. But we're still firing. We got the firing going here, firing coming here. So all that's applicable. So we spent 4 out of that. So that's down to 8. He can only save 6 during limited visibility. So can't spend them. All right, third is next. 4, he is here. Where is he? He's up here. Um, he is green, but he can talk to like this guy. All right, so he is +1, but then -1, so it's just whatever he draws. I think that's what I drew is a 4. So he's got 6, and he can spend 4 and go down to 2. So the first one he's going to do is he's going to tell this guy to look to try to spot that guy. So that's a +1. He is line, so that's, I think it's just, he's undercover. I think it's just 1. Oh, my golly. Those are some good spotting. Now, when that happens, so they're firing there, but these guys open fire. No, they don't, because they have incoming. They're gonna open fire. And then these guys don't yet either, but that's the first command. My second command is going to be put down smoke. Oh, I don't have that smoke. So the second, that is, so the mortar's attached to the third, and the mortar has a radio. So I'm going to tell this guy to cease fire. Then I'm going to tell this guy to cease fire. My radio. So they both stopped firing. So that's 3 commands. But when they cease firing, they are going to turn right around and start firing on this unit that they can see. So that's going to be automatic. Now the next thing I'm going to do is radio this guy and tell him to put a grenade here. So that's the 3rd platoon. He had an auto spot. All right, so this guy is line. So he's drawing 2 for a grenade. 1, 2. So that's a grenade miss on this. And that is 4. XO. XO is a veteran, undercover, so that's 5. So he's got 11. He can only, I'm only going to put it to 10 because he can't spend more than 4. Now the XO was over here. Oh, yeah, he's pinned, so he had a -1 to his commands. -1 for undercover. +1 for veteran, or -1 for pinned, +1 for veteran, +1 for undercover. He had a +1. So he actually had, we were at 6, we drew 3. Yeah, so he does get 4. Because it's pinned, and then veteran undercover. So, yeah. All right. So he's going to try to unpin himself. He is under a volume of fire. He is veteran. So 1, 2, 3. Exhort 4. So he did not unpin himself. So he can radio some people to do some stuff, but he can't do much else. I think I'm going to tell him to radio that guy. Actually, we'll just radio this guy. Tell him to try to spot that unit. So that's a +1. He's undercover. That's a line, but he's undercover. So I think it's just drawing 1 card again. Oh my golly. That is pretty unbelievable. And I don't know if it's actually good that I opened up fire with everybody on that card, actually. That may not have been good to have spotted him. I'm going to actually take that back. As I'm looking at all the ramifications, I want to keep these guys not firing, so I'm going to actually pull that back. I don't think there's anything else this veteran wants to do, CO wants to do. I wanted to unpin the mortar and get them flipped, but I can't do it when I'm not pinned. So he'll save 6. All right, second. Gets 1. He is veteran, or no, he's line. He's undercover, so he gets 2. He is not. He is under incoming. So -3 for the incoming, and then he had +2, so that's -1, so he gets nothing. So he basically just has his 4. Oh, by the way, that was the same case with this guy. He had the incoming. So he was pinned. He has a -2 to that. I think, yeah, the XO didn't use all his commands. He can save 6, but he had less. He was probably 8, and he used them to try to get himself exhorted. All right, so we're going to try to, let's see, what are these guys? He's paralyzed. Well, I'm going to tell this guy to move here. Oops. He's going to move there. And these two are under this cover here. He's going to attempt to unpin, so he is lined. So 1, 2, exhort, 3. So I did nothing there. So white phosphorus, yep. So he basically spent 1 to move him up there. 2, 3. Save 1. First sergeant gets 1. Can spend 4. Well, he's going to tell this guy to unpin. No longer under a volume of fire. 1. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. So he spent 4. So he's down to 7. That's all he can spend. General initiative, I get 1. 1 whole thing. I think I'm going to tell this guy to attempt a grenade again. 1, 2. All right, that failed. All right. So, capture, there is none. Retreat, there is none. AT, this guy is going to get the ammo, and he is going to move to the pickup zone, the inbound zone. I'm going to actually move this down here so I remember that I want to do that with a command. Hopefully remember. Fire mission update. These disappear. When they do, this guy opens fire. I mean, he's all pinned fire, but it doesn't matter. All he's doing is adding a crossfire. Enemy activity. That's that. So in pinned recovery, oh no, we have PC next. So this guy will not check. So we're doing the Bs, 7 Bs. And we are engaged, which means we're drawing 3 Bs. So number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. All right. 6 Bs. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. So this guy did make contact. Oh, I forgot one thing. Spooky. I'm not going to change anything dramatic about Spooky, other than I am going to move this. This volume of fire is coming here. I think we're still going to illuminate. No, we're going to do what we did. Illuminate, illuminate, illuminate. Is that right? Yep. So that's Spooky. Forgot about him during the AT phase. So we have contact here. What kind of contact? That is more, I think that's mortars. Number 6. So that's another mortar. What kind of mortar? 1 or a 2? It's going to be a 60 millimeter mortar again. Not that that makes a difference. They are not spotted. They have 3 mortar ammo. I'm going to give it 2 because he's basically using one right now. Where is he going to be? So this is the left card. 4. Left side. So he is going to be here. Can't see past that spot. He is unspotted. And he will be attempting to grenade this card. So 1, 2. So he failed. So that's a grenade miss. I don't know if that's better or worse. We do have a +3 on that one. I think that -1 is that incoming? I don't think it's grenades. Burst icon, any incoming? Yep, it's only incoming. All right, 5 left. Number 5, so it's the last one. 1, 2, 3. All right. 4 left. Number 1. It's going to be up here. Nope. There. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. 1, 2, 3 left. Love seeing the contacts come out on which card. 1, 2, 3. All right. 2 left. Number 1. 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. No more B's. And then the C is drawing 2. 1, 2. Oh, last card. That's a 2. We have incoming again. Yep. Sneaky. Thought I got away with it. All right, so that's another mortar spotter. He's got 1 more fire mission. He's undercover. He's unspotted. Center card. Where is he? Let's see. 8. Right front. So he's up here on this card. Is that true? Yes, that is true. He's on that card, unspotted. Wow. That's a bummer. All right, pinned recovery. Well, they're still under a volume of fire, but these guys are no longer under a volume of fire. Ugh. That was a lat team with a I don't think anybody else here is pinned. Well, actually, these guys here, he's pinned. So he's no longer pinned. I think that's, well, this guy's not under a volume of fire, so he's not pinned anymore. I think that's it for pinned recovery. So let's look here real quick at fire. So we got 2W3 using ammo. I think that's it there. That's it there. 2W3. And then we've got 1W1. I think that's it. Yep, 1W1. Kind of surprised he didn't use ammo last time, to be honest with you. I think he clearly should have, because I didn't place those markers. No, I did just place those markers. I take that back. That was the claymore that got him. Oh, and then over here, 1W2. Gonna use ammo here. I think that's the ammo. For them, they got, this guy's down to 2. This guy here is down to 1 fire mission. Still got 1 fire mission there. Can't see him. All right, we're on to resolving. So up here, nothing. The first one is here. The grenade miss wipes those out. These guys each have a +3, so we got 3 +3s. So that's a hit. Ay. That's a hit on a green guy. Paralyzed. Wow. Well, that went poorly. A grenade miss. I mean, the positive thing is they are not. So I think the last step is G. Fire team. Yep. He is one of the fire team is that. And these guys are paralyzed. He'll have all that stuff. Pinned, and pinned. All right, 3. Another hit. No, pinned. And a miss. All right, so he was missed. He was pinned. Wow. All right. I actually want to bring this FAC down here, ultimately. That was a devastatingly bad card. But I don't even want to think about it. Here we got 3 +1s. So +1, pinned, miss, pinned. So pinned, missed, pinned. All right. That could have been way worse. It's grenade and incoming, so visibility doesn't matter. Visibility does matter here, but we got the -3. So this is +2, -5. So that's a -3. So that is a hit. He's line, so he's a casualty. So this guy is gone. All right, that's good. So we still got one mortar spotter with 1 ammo, but that's it. That's left. All right, and then the last one is, or last two, we got down here. This is +3, +4, +5, -2, so +3. So he stays pinned. And then here we have +3, +4, +5, -1, so +4 stays pinned. Okay. That is the end of the end. Turn 4. Clean it up. And we're going to move on. I'm doing one more turn this morning. Then it's time to start a work day. So, HQ event. We do have another one. Number 1. Don't know what that's going to be. Situation report. Yeah. Well, that's not helpful. He's got 4 commands, so he's going to gain 1. But, yeah. All right, do they have an HQ event? They do. Number 7. Rally. Attempt to rally all pinned on map units and upgrade. All right. So not him, not him, not him, but these two are going to try to rally, and they're green and line. So the green one fails, but he is now done with his activity check. And then this guy draws 2. 1, 2. So he fails. He is done with his activity check. Then key C markers. Turn 4, so it's all B's. All right. Shoo-wee. Need to get that guy spotted. Now, activity. Got to check here. Already done these 2. Here. This guy's not going to be anything. Oops, this guy goes down into the lost. He's not going to be anything. Because paralyzed, not on an opposing unit's card with no leader is just automatically no action. So I'm not even going to check him. We do have the spotter. I hope does not do anything, but I'm going to try. I sure as hell going to try to get him spotted. I think that's it. Those are their 3 remaining. So there's only 2 left. So which one? Number 1. So up here. That's a spotter. He's going to attempt to lay down his last mission there. He has 3, plus he has the target, so 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he did lay it down. All right, so we do have incoming once again coming in here. He is now out of ammo. I don't really care about spotting him other than I'm still going to try because that would change my, that would get me to to heavily engaged. So you know I'm doing that. That guy and that. Yep. Here I need to cease fire. All right. And then over here. So he is not under fire, has a valid target along his PDF. He doesn't have a PDF. So this guy is 5. He would be firing here. Most steps. But it is it's actually enemy offensive. Valid target. It's an overrun, so it's a 1 through a 4. So that's a 1. He does nothing. No action. That is just awesomeness. I am going to try to get him spotted, that's for sure. So that's that too. So they didn't do very much. So now our CO gets 5. He is line but undercover, so he gets 6 basically. He can only save. I'm going to put him at 8 because he can only spend 4 and he can save 4. So the rest are just lost. He is going to activate this guy, so we're definitely doing that. That's interesting. You're not going to be coming in. Oh, shoot. There's going to be incoming. I may take a chance of losing that helicopter. That was 1. First has a lot. I'll activate the second. And then he is going to upgrade this guy to for litter team and then a fire team. What's the generic fire team? Because that's where he goes to, AS. All right. So he's now with a generic fire team. And he spent 4. Oh. Nope. Paralyzed. I had to spend 3 because of my HQ event. So my 1 action that takes me down to 4 was activating that guy because I have to do it. Required. If I couldn't, if I'd used all of those commands due to that, or I didn't have enough, he gets activated anyway. But I have to use a command to activate that guy. So nobody's activated. So everybody's dropping down to the next phase. So first, the first platoon is there. He is undercover and a veteran, so +2 to this. So he gets 4. That's all he can spend. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he is going to do 1, 1, 2 to get him to a fire team. He's going to try to spot that guy. He's a veteran. So they're undercover, but they're also a G. So spotting attempt. I'm a veteran +1. They're undercover -1, so that's 0. They're a G, so +2. They're on a 3+ card, so +1. So I get 3 draws. 1, 2, 3. All right, so he's been spotted, which is going to cause this guy, he's already firing. He will not change fire, but this card going to open fire. All right. Sorry, interrupted a bit, but I did remember to unpause. So we got volume of fire over here, but it is all pinned right now on this from this card. It won't be. It won't be. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4 to spot. So he spent all 4. He is saving his 6. Second gets 1. Second is line. The second is undercover. Yeah. So he gets +1 to this. So he has 2. So he's a total of 3. He is going to cease fire here. That's 1. And then he's going to call this. Well, he actually is sitting over here. He's lying. He's going to call this guy and tell him to try to spot that guy. So those are targets undercover. Yep, -1, -2 on the same card, +1, so -1. So I think it's just a single draw. So that failed. And I think I will exhort, right? So it's just 1 to cease fire and then spot, and then we'll exhort. So that failed. So he spent all 3. Third platoon, 1. He's green. He is undercover. He's right there. Oh, I couldn't have told that guy to do that, but I could have done it. I could have told this guy to try to spot him. But he would have failed anyway. He's still got 1 draw. So this guy has, yeah, undercover but green, so he gets 1. He's up to 3. Well, he's going to tell these guys to cease fire. And then he is going to tell this guy to try to spot, so he's drawing 1. Exhort. So that failed. Damn it. All right. The XO gets 1. He's got 7. He can save 6. He's going to try to unpin himself. Exhort. So he failed. And he'll be done. And then the first sergeant has 4. He's up here. He's a veteran. He's going to try to spot. So +1, then -1 for undercover, -1 for FO, +1 for on the same card. So he's drawing 2. 1, 2. Exhort, 3. So all of these failed. That CO staff is different than when so I can tell this guy to try to spot. So I'm going to draw 1 more. He's going to exhort. But my last command. He was spotted. We will place a volume of fire on that guy. And it's automatic. He doesn't have any ammo left. I don't really care about grenading him. All right, General Initiative 2. I'm going to have this guy move here. So he's going to be exposed under this foxhole. And he's also going to get rallied. Now that he's on a card with no volume of fire. So those are my two. All right. No capture that I know of. Don't capture units outside the MLR. There's no retreat because no unpinned. Yeah, I've got none unpinned. So we are heavily engaged because of spotting that guy. AT. Well, I'm just going to bring him in because next turn I'm going to have the incoming still on there anyway. So he's landing and he has to deal with the volume of fire. So this is defensive value of a UH1 is 0. So 0 plus the cover and concealment is 0. Target is moving, so +1. -1 for incoming. So it's basically a 0. So we're drawing here. And that's a 2. So he was lit up. No, it's just a retreat. Vehicle decides to remove the vehicle from play for the remainder of the mission. Yep. He's just gone. He's not part of a plan, so we lose that ammo. That's kind of a bummer, but oh well. So that was 31. All right. Bummer. I like that mortar ammo. All right. Spooky. Hate to move them because, but moving them over here, one of the volume of fires is going to be here. I'll place one here, place one here, here, here. Yeah, I'm going to place one there. And then illumination, illumination, illumination. Very powerful. Fire mission update. Gone but flips. So you guys got one more to survive. Potential contact. So once again, nothing here, but I could get there and capture that guy. We got 8 Bs. Number 7. We're heavily engaged now. 2. 1, 2. So we do have contact here. B. Oh my God. 2. That's incoming. Jesus. They're just artillery centric. Yep. Incoming. In with another spotter. In with another fire mission. In with another cover. This is going to be incoming. And that is bottom. So 1 through 10, that's a 7. Right rear. Yep. Okay. Well, you know, he's sitting in the open, unspotted. We are moving this thing here. All right. So now we've got 7. Number 2. So up there. Still drawn 2. 1, 2. So nothing. 6. Number 2 again. 1, 2. So we got contact again. 10. That's a 4. That's different. That is a base of fire, machine gun plus an RPG team. So we've got 4 ammo with the machine gun. And we have, oops, and we have an RPG team. Let's see, where's the RPG? There's the RPG. He gets 1 shot. All right, I think these guys are spotted. They are spotted. Machine gun plus an RPG team, both in basic cover. Take it, they're in separate cover. All right, this was my left. So 10, 7, left side. So it's going to be here. Unless that's, no, they got to be able to fire on me. And yeah, they can see me because of the illumination. So first of all, is this, that's not a hill. If that had been a hill, they would not have, they would have gone up there. But as a result of that, they're on this card, which is awesome. Welcome to Spooky. But now flipped, and they have automatic on me. Okay. 5 to go. Number 1. 1. Oh my God. This is brutal. That's a mortar. We got 1 of each left, so that is the 60 millimeter mortar. That's 3, right? 3 ammo. I'm going to put him down to 2 because he's definitely firing the first one. So the question is, where is he? That is out of 10. That's a 9. That is front, left, front. So this guy is going to be up here on this elevation. He's unspotted. Then I need to check to see if he has a grenade hit. So 1, 2. He did have a grenade hit. Which foxhole? 1 or 2? Number 1. So he has a grenade hit on my my mortar. Bummer. Okay. Four. 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right. Nothing. 3. Last one. 1, 2. So another contact. Holy God. Another incoming. Last mortar. Ay, ay, ay. Painful. One more mortar fire mission. He's under cover. Where is he? 10, a 4, that's bottom right. Number 4, that's right rear. Okay, well, he is on the same card. So even though, well, he is spotted. No, he cannot go on a card with, he can't go on that card. He's going to be here or here. So let me just draw again until I get one. 6. Bottom right, 6. Right rear. Well, it's either right side or rear. No, it has to be right side, not looking at it. Bottom right. Can't be rear because he's got a unit. Can't be bottom right. It has to be right. Yep. It has to be right side. That has to be here. That's going to move that here. So incoming on both of those. All right. 2 to go. First one. Center card. Nothing. That's nice. That card. 1, 2. All right. Nothing there. That was actually a lot. Hope that these landed on that card. All right, pinned recovery. Well, no. Yes. Yep, I take that back. Didn't matter. We already got incoming coming there. Oof. I don't think there's any pinned recovery. Everybody who's pinned is under a volume of fire. So we're just looking at, so up here we have one guy using a volume of fire, 2W3. This is just a fire team here. So nobody's using any ammo. Nobody's using ammo. Nobody's using ammo. Make sure he's not pinned. Yeah. 1W2 is using ammo. One W1 is using ammo. I think that's it for ammo usage. Yep. All right. Well, this could get ugly. Start here. +4, -3. So it's a +1. A pin. That's certainly not ugly. We'll take it. All right. This guy, +2, +3, -1. So he's a +2, but he's actually also +4 because of visibility. So he is a miss. So this card, we have visibility, the illumination. So it wipes out the +2. So we have +3, +4, -3. So it's a +1. So this guy is pinned. Here we also have a +1. That is a hit. He is a casualty. That's the RPG. All right, so the RPG is gone. And then we have a +1 on this guy, who is the machine gun. That's a miss. So we missed the machine gun. That's a bummer. You know, could they have even been placed here? Now that I think about it, they could not place those guys there. They needed to be here or here, I think. If we look at the left front, I'm going to go 1, 2, 2. So they're down here, which the net result of that is no different. Don't think. I can't tell. I'm sticking with that result. I don't know if it's accurate. This guy's unpinned. I have heavy weapons on this card. Would have had the illumination of +1 as a result of it. And I don't remember, but I couldn't have placed him here because I already had a unit there. I got to remember that. And this looks like this. He did not fire, but they're firing at me. All right, let's continue. They have automatic fire from the machine gun. So it's +3, +4, +5, +6 for visibility, -1. So these are all +5s. This guy is a +4. So the +5s first. +5 is a miss, pin, miss, pin. So miss, pin, miss, pin, and then a +4 is a miss. So this guy is fine. All right. We'll see if these guys can survive another one. It's +3, so it's 2 +1s. +1, pinned, and so this guy is hit and a casualty. Center card has been a rough one. So nothing here. I already did that card. Nothing here. So these guys. We got +2, +3. So this is 0, 0, 0. So first 0. Pinned. This one's hit. And that is, he's line. Oops. So he is paralyzed. So this guy comes out. He is paralyzed. Man. And this guy was pinned. And now we got to check this guy. So he's a +1 as well. No, he's a 0 as well. So he's also pinned. This card, we got 2 that are -1, -1, -1. That is a hit. He is line. So he's a litter team. And pinned. -1. Hit. Paralyzed. Brutal. Well, if they get a unit on that card. So this guy, he knows he's no longer firing. I'm going to cockeye that. Oh, he's not firing anyway. He couldn't see out of this card. And he can't see out of this card with the incoming. So the crossfire doesn't exist down here, by the way. So this guy was firing with his automatic. Nope, no automatic because that was paralyzed. So it turned into small arms fire from this guy. And it is +3, +4, +5, +6 because of the visibility. So that's a miss. So this guy is no longer. And this guy doesn't matter. I think that is it. Pretty brutal. Whew. I mean, so far I've secured 8 of the cards, and I can actually move a unit here and get that card, which I probably am going to do. I might get off that center card. It's so rough. All right. We are going to clean her up. It is turn 5. And whew, this is chaotic. Bees again. We will not be heavily engaged, I don't believe. Well, yeah, we won't be heavily engaged because this guy is going to disappear. So, and I don't believe any of their units. Well, now pinned and pinned. This guy could advance. So there's a possibility he'll advance. All right. Turn 5 when we return. Thanks for watching.